G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We're here watching two of the world's best players battle it out on the brand new patch. Season 5 has arrived and we're going to be able to witness two brand new civilizations. I say brand new civilizations. I mean they're brand new civilizations after the changes. And boy oh boy am I excited to see it. Spawning in on the south side of the map in the color red, playing as the Abbasid dynasty, we've got Kalp. That doesn't, you know, I'm never going to get tired of that. We're going to do that the whole season. Until that gets fixed, we are sticking with it. And on the north side of the map in the color yellow, playing as the Delhi Sultanate, we've got who was previously known as Salami. You may also know him as the Wallalol God. It is Corvinus 1. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, there's a couple things that I need to tell you before we get into this. First and foremost, I would encourage you to like the video. If we get to 420 likes, I'll be giving you guys some first-person perspective Drongo gameplay. Now, I don't know what civ I'm going to play. I'm thinking Mongols, but I'm also thinking Delhi. But there's a part of me that's also, you know, I'm a boomer, thinking a little bit of Abbasid. I'm enthralled by all three of these civilizations in the current season, and I think that's a good thing, right? Like, you should feel good about playing multiple civilizations. You know, I was watching Beastie's video, and he was talking about, he's like, all of you guys are asking for new civs, but you only play one civ anyway, so what's the deal? I was like, that's a good point, actually, now that I think about it. Because I'm definitely in that new civ camp. We've got other stuff to talk about as well. When this video goes live, you will have a 1 hour countdown. So if you load up the video and it says 1 hour, uploaded 1 hour ago or live 1 hour ago or something, EGC TV's grand final for the Elite Classic has just started. I'm going to be casting it with Lidicor, and it is going to be an absolute banger. We've got Marine Lord. He's going to be playing against, get this, 3DB. 3D being made all the way to the grand finals. Obviously in the past, a bit of a controversial figure, but I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to bring out today against Marine Lord, who many consider to be the world's best player. He is definitely, when it comes to consistency, he has been performing. Let's see if he's got enough to upset him today. But anyway, come along. I'll leave a link down in the description of where you can watch it live. I'll be over there, as I said. You may even hear my voice. There's a little bit of that morning rasp to it. And there's a good reason, my friend. That is because I've just woken up to cast EGC TV. So at the moment, it's 10 o'clock in the evening for me. I've just woken up. And we start at 1 o'clock. But let's get into it because we've already got some shenanigans happening. We're on Hill and Dale, and the trade wing is coming out. The trade. So this is interesting, right? I do like the idea of trade on this map because it's similarly easy to defend like you would see on Altai. I don't know why, but people just tended not to go for it on this map, but take a look how easy it is, right? So I throw down a wall here. I throw down a wall here. I put my market in the corner. That side is completely walled off. We don't think about that side anymore. Then the front, I mean, I can choose whether I want to wall this off myself, which personally I would definitely wall it off. And then we throw down another wall across here. It's a big wall, but trust me, it's still a wall. And then you wall in on this side. Boom, done. That's it. Nice and easy to defend. And obviously, it's a little bit harder. I mean, I suspect we're going to have an absolute banger of a game because you've got two competing strategies, two competing win conditions going up against each other. So on this north side of the map, Salami is going to be looking for those early sacred sites. Let's talk a little bit about what the Delhi Sultanate is going to be looking for in this game. So first and foremost, Delhi's going to be looking to get out a couple of military units onto the map and look to secure those sacred sites. Make sure that there's no scouts out there to block them, or even just like, you know, a spearman or something like that, annoying, just to prevent them from capturing those sacred sites. That's the first thing. Second thing, capturing the sacred sites. Third thing, get to castle. Fourth thing is then get all the relics. That's key. He wants to get every single relic. Ideally, you want to get 5. You don't have to get 5. And look, we can already see those walls coming up, and I'm loving it already from Kalp. This is great. Now on that south side, but before we get to the south side, let's finish this off because this is important. Once he takes the sacred sites, he's got two options. Number 1, he can go for a sacred victory, and number 2, he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. There's other mechanisms that he can make out throughout the game where he doesn't actually have to go for that sacred victory. You can look for things like killing your enemy with keeps and, you know, with a lancer timing, or you can look for putting village fortresses down and scaling your economy, which I think is really important. I think that should be part of the plan no matter what. When you're playing as the Delhi Sultanate, I feel like village fortresses should be as important as taking sacred sites. So we'll watch to see how he plays it. But on the other side of the map, Kalp now, Going to be going for that unique trade upgrade. We see the Grand Bazaar technology, which is going to allow traders and trade ships to also return with a secondary resource. This resource is 25% of the base gold generated. And that's important because when it comes to base gold, you can see that there's actually other mechanisms for them to raise their gold. So I think that, if I remember correctly, that does actually, it does actually increase. Are you guys not dropping off? Wait, is he going to set the home market back here? And then he's going to drop it off? Is that how that works? Surely that's not how that works. 11, 11, 71. I don't know if that was 7. I think that was 71 for all three of them, which would make sense. But he's going to go back to the full length now, and he's going to have an absolutely amazing time. So, yeah, I think this is going to be quite a funny matchup. Not a funny matchup, but yeah, an interesting one, right? Because normally Delhi... And this is what I was saying about you've got this mix of styles. Delhi is the one that you've got to stop, right? Like, you have to stop them taking the sacred sites. You have to stop them from, you know, doing what they want to do. Otherwise, they will ruin the game. But at the same time, you have to stop trade. So you've got two, you know, you've got the immovable object against the unstoppable force in this case. It's right on board with Count, though. I'm looking forward to seeing how this trade wing goes, because we're on the brand new patch. Trade wing obviously hasn't been changed too much, but trade has. So for anybody who has missed what's exactly happened with trade, you don't have access to the trade trick anymore. And look at this, we got Ghazi Raiders out already. Now, I was going to call him Salami, so I apologize if I do call him that. For Corvinus 1, we've already got those Ghazi Raiders out, and we're going to see the Horsemen come back now, and he's straight away back here onto the back line. Now beginning to work down the traders here. He's got plenty of them out as well. Take a look at this. And now, we were talking about before about the differences that have happened to trade, or the changes that have happened to trade. And look at this. Oh, my lord. You're going to have to throw down a barracks if you want to keep these bad boys alive. Horsemen going to be coming back here right now, but definitely... Oh, look at this. They've got a little bit of a village surround. Don't mind me, ladies and gentlemen. Get the zoom in on that bad boy right there. Scout just going to be coming up empty-handed as well. Both of the horsemen going to be able to chase it away, and the Ghazi Raider falls through the ground. So, with regard to the trade changes, I think this is the third time we've mentioned it. So, the way that it used to work is that you used to travel from this point all the way over to here, and then you'd collect your gold, and then you'd travel back here and deliver your gold, and then you would finally receive it. Whereas now, the way that it works is you just get gold both sides, but it's half the amount of gold. And the reason that they do this is to fix the trade trick. The trade trick was where you used to put that marketplace, this one right here, this market, down right next to the trade post. And what that would do is that would allow you to skip essentially half of the first trip. And that's kind of big, right? When you're talking about 170 gold coming into your back pocket and you get that thing in half the time that you're meant to, feels good, bro. Feels good. But speaking of feels good, let's check in with Corvinus on that north side as he's begun to throw down a barracks as well. Did opt for that Tower of Victory, as we would expect. We see most players going for Tower of Victory these days. And the Central Sacred Site is going to start to get captured. Sanctity should be on the way soon. We can see he's only got the one mosque in the queue. Actually, never mind. He's got the second mosque here inside the barracks as well. So just pumping out a few spearmen before he gets out onto the map. He'll be looking to take multiple sacred sites here. But nice little micro coming through already. Spearmen definitely going to be hurting in this mix. And now looking to try and put pressure on that trade line. Scouts out here as well. Still on quite a low health. He's got to be careful. And now just going to be looking to try and default onto those traders. Normally, one of the most important things to do is to prevent this trade from happening. And you can see just how important Corvinus feels it is. But he is going to lose a spear back here. Not really paying... I don't know if he was necessarily paying attention, but I feel like winning this fight was more important than killing traders. So it's curious to me that he let his spearmen die like that, but Kaup is now going to be able to clean this up. He outnumbered the spear 4-1, and now he's going to outnumber the Ghazi Raiders as well. Beautiful micro coming in from him. He manages to keep the horsemen alive at 5 health for quite a while there. And now we can see more units going to continue to funnel in. Ghazi Raiders coming across the map, and we hear those scholars, or see those scholars, have now left the building, ladies and gentlemen. The scholar has left the building, and he is going to start to take sacred sites. But remember, Kaup has cavalry out. That's really important because that's going to allow him the mobility, the flexibility to move across the map. Look at these Ghazi Raiders still out here, still causing pain, still causing havoc to the enemy side. And we do see a camel now arriving. So it's going to be that second type of infantry, or second type of unit that we're going to see on the map. So instead of moving into spears, moves into the camel, which is a pretty smart move, right? Think about it. The camel's got 2 bonuses in this situation. It provides that debuff to the Ghazi Raiders, but then it also works quite effectively against any spears that you're going to be looking to throw out. So now Kaup going to be moving across the map. Now I suspect he does know about this sacred site in the north, so we can see him kind of moving up towards that position, and does correctly predict that it is going to be a north attempt. Central sacred site is taken, and he can see the walls here. So I suspect he probably knows I'm not going to be getting my hands on this walled up sacred site. So may look to challenge on the north, and you can see right now, 100%, he just knows there's walls there. I'm not dealing with that. And now the units begin to march out. He's walled off the front completely. So just that one remaining entrance now to the base of Kaup. He makes his way up towards that top side, a sacred site about 2 seconds away from completion, but he's going to be able to find it. The scholar, running for his dear life, manages to survive, and he holds on the sacred site, captures it. Really well done there by Corvinus. Now able to secure 2 of the 3 sacred sites. Now remember, one of the things we haven't talked about yet as we switch over to our income is that sacred sites have been nerfed for the Delhi Sultanate. Look at this, the spears having some real trouble here. The camel's just cleaning them up so damn quickly. You can see right now, more spears going to be coming through. He doesn't have to lose the horsemen to them, but he still doesn't mind. You can see he's just allowing it. He says, you know what, you barely do any damage, sir. I'm just going to allow you. Beautiful micro coming through from Cap. Absolutely chef's kiss right now. So, Delhi got nerfed. Their sacred sites no longer give 150 gold every minute. Instead, if I remember correctly, they now give 125 gold every minute, which isn't that bad when you think about it. Like, you're losing... I mean, you're losing half of your bonus, right? Like, the bonus is an extra 50%, so you're going down to 25%. But the bonus, to me, isn't really the extra gold. The bonus, to me, is that you get the sacred sites before everybody else does. And that's a problem twofold. Number one is it really makes their gameplay quite linear, quite standard. You will never see a Delhi player going for a game where they don't make or don't attempt to take sacred sites. So there's somewhat of an element of predictability there. But at the same time, this is a strength that the civilization, when utilized correctly, allows them to just overwhelm the enemy. Whether that's going to be the case today, as we do have trade on the cards, is going to be a different matter. Look at the amount of traders he's gotten here. Might be thinking about investing into a second market. Could definitely be worth his while. And look at this, up towards the north side. Another scholar going to be coming out. Archer numbers starting to build here for Corvinus. And now I guess the question is, when does he look to age up? Because one of the things that you want to be doing as the Delhi Sultanate is looking to get that age up in. That's really key, because once you've aged up, you've got access to the Lancers, which is going to be a key unit for you. As you make your way, through the game, Lancers are just going to be able to decimate enemy positions. But look at this, villager getting caught with its pants down. Little wolf in here to help out as well. So he's going to slowly but steadily go through this palisade wall, palisade gate. Central sacred site being contested, but that's going to be just shy of when this third sacred site now gets picked up. So I would suspect, indeed I do suspect correctly, that Corvinus is now going to the castle age, or at least about to go to the castle age. All 3 sacred sites have been taken. We get a nice big objective in the middle of our screen letting us know. But look at the numbers. I mean, realistically, Corvinus's numbers are really good here. I'm genuinely impressed. He's taken 3 sacred sites. Now, granted, we're at 12 minutes here, and sometimes you can see age ups around the 10-minute mark, so he's a little bit late. But this is still pretty decent timing. He definitely knows his Delhi, I'll give him that. If anyone wants to learn Delhi, look up a Corvinus game and just enjoy, because this guy, very, very talented when it comes to the Delhi Sultanate. So now the next phase of his game plan, it's going to be relics. Let's see exactly what he's got on the field. He's got the 2 scholars for the moment. Let's see if we can spot them and see where they're at. If you look towards the relics, they should be there. It's a bit tough to find them there. There we've got 1 scholar on the central sacred site. And our next scholar, I'm not too sure exactly where that bad boy is, but you're going to hear relics getting picked up. There he is. He's in the base, so he might be going up for that safe one. There is one relic that is behind enemy lines, so unlikely that he'll get that. But look at this. We've got a wall in coming through. Corvinus now just going to say, you want to trade behind your walls? That's fine. Trade behind your walls. I'll just take sacred sites behind my walls. That's exactly what he does, but we see that age up now coming through. Goes with the compound of the defender, and immediately we see village fortresses, boiling oil clicked, court architects. Remember that landmark does provide you unique, or not just unique, but, well, I mean, technically unique. It provides you a whole bunch of defensive tech that you can use, and it allows you to get it in any age. So court architects is an Imperial age upgrade, but it allows you to get that upgrade before the Imperial age, which is really, really nice. But this army from Cap really starting to build now. Take a look at the numbers that he's got out here. Now, where is he spending all this gold? I would suspect he's doing a little bit of market trading. Let's check in on the market. I reckon he's doing, 134. Okay, so he's buying a little bit of food at the moment. Definitely makes sense. I mean, think about it from the Abbasid perspective. What do you do with your gold? Okay, I get my upgrades. Yep, I've got them. I get my other upgrades. Yep, I've got them. We can check up here. I've got all my upgrades. Wonderful. Now what do I do with my gold? I can't make any units. I gotta age up. Nope, I can't. I'm spending all my food on units. All right, I'm just gonna buy food. Perfect. Makes sense. Numbers here looking pretty decent though. Take a look at this. He's got the camels on the back, able to shred through all the spearmen. Relics getting picked up behind it, as we suspected. But whether he's going to be able to hold on to those relics is a different matter. And I think we might have a Woololol attempt. Indeed, Corvinus not letting that namesake go. It has got Oh, you hear the new sound coming through from the Walla Lolla as well. That little bit of a groan, that primal groan at the end there. That was beautiful. A little bit of a... Like, oh, man. I'm sure we're going to hear more of that this game. If there's anything you know about a Corvinus game, it is going to be that you see the Walla Lolla happening non-stop. But he's holding all 3 sacred sites. Now, remember, this is you know, there are 2 potential plays that you make here. The first one is that you actually go for a sacred victory. The second one is that you don't. But have a look at this. We have some interesting units in the queue right now. We have got elephants going to be coming out here. The war elephant in particular is going to be coming out here. They're going to be taking over. If you've ever got plenty of gold, then the war elephant's the way to do it, man. These things are very heavy on the gold. You can see right now on the other side of the map, though, we do have the culture wing going to be coming up for Calp. So not looking to invest in the military, not looking to invest in the economy. He's already got enough traders. He says, you know what, I don't need to worry about it. But now that all of those production buildings are going to be going down here. We can see the war elephant comes out immediately. Look at that. Does it 2-shot? I swear I just saw it do half the health of a horseman right there. Wow. Okay, don't mess with this. I mean, you know, we were talking earlier about lancers. Let's talk about the elephant in the room right now. The war elephant. Whew, jeez Louise, don't mess with that bad boy right there. 51 damage, tusks. Oh, it's literally, does it? Oh no, 26 spear damage with 40 versus cavalry. Yeah, so a total of 66 damage against cavalry. It literally 2 shots. No, 66. Carry the 130. Yeah, it 2 shots. I can confirm we do have a 2-shotter in the house. That's kind of wild, isn't it? 2 shots, horseman. It's not a good time to fight against horsemen. Let's say that much. Or fight as a horseman against elephants. But look at this. Triple walls now coming up from Cap. And look at this. He's intersecting the walls across his existing walls. This is an advanced strategy right here. Also known as the X walls. Because it allows your enemy to be a bit more... I'm trying to justify it. I got no idea why. Segmentation, something like that. Sacred site in the center. It's taken. Watch out. There is no prospect, at least at the moment, of a sacred victory. So Corvinus is going to have to head back to the drawing board now. Definitely going to have to look for village fortresses. This is a key part of the game. If he loses sacred sites, you know, in that first 15 to 20 minutes, he needs to fall back on that. But the question's going to be whether it's even going to matter. I mean, at this point, Calp's economy is absolutely booming. He's gone for triple market down here. This is where it starts to get a little bit scary. 28 traders out for now. Culture Wing comes through. Expect to see. Does he even look to go straight into Imperial right now? He could potentially do it. He's got the resources, or almost got the resources for it. If he could just go Preservation of Knowledge into Imperial. I mean, what do you get from it? I mean, you could go Military Wing. You could get hand cannoneers out, and the hand cannoneers actually destroy the war elephants. That could be a thing. Imperial Abbasid from trade would be legit. I mean, this is where we kind of run into that dilemma from before, is you've got these 2 immovable objects. One with massive force and the other one with giant elephants. So, hold on a minute. Elephants starting to rampage through this field right now. Archers on the backside doing a decent job of just cutting out all those spears. I suspect they've picked up their phalanx upgrade. We'll double check and see. Indeed, they have. But now do we start to see some Ghulams coming out? Indeed, it's going to be the Ghulam, the new unique unit for the Abbasid dynasty. It is going to be happening. And the elephant's now looking to push down upon the enemy. The gate going to be knocked on. The army doesn't feel that big here from Corvinus. But behind this, the sacred sites are being taken. He holds a relic while he does it. He's up to 3 relics. Where's that 4th relic? Did he never capture a 4th relic? I see the 5th one down here. Maybe it's hiding somewhere. I know what's happened. I'll tell you in a little bit if I remember. But never mind that. The veterans he's come through on the upgrades, the Ghulams, together with the veteran horsemen on the back line. The camel archers just teeing off against everything. The elephant's going to be looking to try and escape away. Managing to do a decent job of defending the archers on the back. More elephants going to be coming through now. He's looking to try and keep the archer mass alive, because if he keeps it alive, he can pick off the spears. And if he picks up the spears, then the elephants have got nothing to contest them. But it looks like the first of the elephants has gone down. The second one goes down as well. And the third one manages to make it to the front line. But all of the cavalry, or almost all of the cavalry, has gone down here. A couple of lancers going to be coming out, though, as well. And look at the elephant just being completely surrounded. The Ghulams, they're going to be the hero of the show as they begin to double strike their enemies down. We hear that 4th relic being picked up in the background for Corvinus 1 right now. His economy is booming, but at the same time, he's up against an enemy with more than 40. Well, I was going to say more than 40. More than 37. More than 37 economic unit advantage at the moment, which is, that's a big deficit to overcome. You've got your sacred sites, sure. That's a little bit of extra gold. You got your relics, sure. but you're going to need something else to catch up, and that is going to have to be the village fortresses. So we do see now the first of the keeps is coming up on the front line here. Expect to start seeing more keeps coming up over towards these sacred sites on the north, in the center, down on the south. He's got plenty of stone out here as well. Look at this. 2 large stone outcroppings to the east of his base, 2 small ones out here as well. So expect that he looks to begin moving towards that side of the map. With all that stone out there, it's going to give him plenty of opportunity for these keeps to start working as town centers. So now that 4th relic is coming back. He's got 4 back in the base. 5th one over on the enemy side behind those walls. I don't think there's much chance of getting it, so I reckon we just write that one off at this stage. But 4 relics is still good. Now, I think there's a bit of an interesting question that gets thrown out here, because on one hand, we have Kaup, who was going for trade, who, if trade is successful, then Kaup should win. And on the other hand, you've got Corvinus, who's going for a sacred site victory, and if that gets stopped, then you should lose. Now, that's happened. So if I was to look at this as an assessment of the current game state, I would say the advantage definitely lies with Kaup. But where I'm interested is that when it comes to knowledge of the Delhi Sultanate and their victories, their win conditions, it's got to be this guy. He knows exactly what he needs to do at this point. So let's take a look and see. You can see he's beginning to train the villagers, starting to throw down some stone walls here as well. I think he might just be booming up. But this is where it starts to get difficult. You're up against one of the best, not even one of the best. I'm quite willing to say right now, the best late game civilization that there is, maybe with the exception of China. You know what? I'm going to call both of these guys S tier. I'm going to say Abbasid and China, they're both S tier in the late game. So I'm going to say it's the best late game civilization. Do you really want to play Imperial Age against the best late game civilization? A civilization with absolutely insane units, with a brand new unit, the Ghulam, with the best spearmen in the game up against your elephants? That's a dangerous game, my friend, but perhaps at this point, he's got no other choice. Perhaps he just has to stick to this. I mean, he's lost the sacred sites. It was an impressive mass that Kaup began to build. And I think that's one of the things that really impressed me about that early economy coming out from Kaup, is that he still managed to find so many units despite the ongoing trade. One of the things I would have loved to have kept an eye on was exactly how many traders he was making in those early stages. Because you start off, you get those free 3 traders. Remember that your House of Wisdom gets those 3 free traders. We can't actually see it, I don't think. But when you do go for the trade wing, you get 3 free traders in the feudal age. But he starts off with those 3, and then from there, I mean, realistically, how many more does he make? Maybe just a handful, something like that. But at this stage, a little bit of a stalemate, a little bit of an idle. You can see those raid attempts coming through, and this is great from Kaup attacking this bottom side. It makes so much sense if you hit the bottom side, because this is where all the stone is. So the main threat that you've got right now is that your enemy goes into a huge amount of village fortresses. But if you take the stone out, you don't have to worry about it. But speaking of worrying about it right now, look at the archer numbers beginning to crush under the weight of the world that is held upon their shoulders by those elephants. They continue to fall back. The elephant goes down. He's trying his best to kite out the Ghulams together with the spears, but he's having a tough time. You've got different unit classes in here that you're going to need to micro out. Whereas Kaup, all he does is he just A moves. He just 1As at this point. Whereas Corvinus, you can see he's really got to focus down those individual units. Archers focus the spears, crossbows focus the Ghulams, and he's trying his best to manage to get through on that backside, but he's not going to be able to find it. But behind this, hello, we've got an Imperial Age on the way, and he goes for the eco wing. Interesting. Doesn't go for the military wing, so not going to be able to grab those 3 free hand cannoneers, which might not seem like a lot, but when you're up against elephants, they will do quite a fair bit of damage. The Ghulam down here just going to be burning this wall as well. So it's only the 2 sacred sites that are being held at the moment for Corvinus. In fact, has he held this sacred site for a really long time? I remember seeing this scholar up on this sacred site at like, what, minute 9 or something like that? And it's just been chilling out ever since there. It got locked in, and now it's like R. Kelly, and it's just never going to come out. But we've got another keep coming up in the center. With this, he secures 1,200 stone, which is going to unlock him. Now, this is like an investment scheme, right? You throw a keep down, that's 600 stone. On a stone outcropping, that's 1,200 stone, and then you can build 2 more keeps. And then you throw those down on 2 stone outcroppings, and then you can build 4 more keeps. And then you throw those down on 4 more stone outcroppings, then you can build 8 more keeps. And then, you know, after a couple of minutes, you're sitting on 192,384 keeps. I don't actually know if that's the correct number or not. I think it might be. Hold on. Do I do it? Okay, I'm going to do it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096, 8,192, 16,000. We're just going to go 16,000. 16,000, what is it? 384, something like that. I don't know exactly what the number was, but look, it's basically an investment scheme, but for castles, and I support that. You know, ever since the feudal age, it's been difficult to justify investment schemes for castles, but this is one I can get behind. But towards the base now of Corvinus, he's going to start burning down the rams that have broken through his stone walls. You know, normally when you put these stone walls down, you think to yourself, yeah, that'll stop any kind of attack that comes through there. And then the battering rams, then the battering rams come through, and it's like, come on, man. Like, I put these stone walls up so you don't attack here, not so that you can attack here. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. But towards that north side, quite barren out here. I'm loving the fact that he's... Where are the villagers? Oh, my lord. Okay, we found the villagers. He's making a play. Oh, and look at this. He's... No, that's Calp. Okay, I was going to say he's making a play here, and he wants the stone. Now, this is really interesting because Calp's been trading for 20 minutes. And this is the first play that Corvinus has made to stop the trade in a realistic manner. Because those attempts earlier, sure, you know, it was like, I'm stopping the trade. But it wasn't really. It's like, hey, man, I just killed one of your traders out of your 13 traders. I'm stopping your trade. It's like, yeah, you're not really stopping the trade. This is a trade stopper right here. You know, when it comes to trade stoppers, this is it. But in the middle of the map, never mind the trade stopper. We've got a base stopper right now. Plenty of units coming out from Calp. He's maxed 200. Corvinus about 50 population behind him, but he's got the keeps on his side. Meanwhile, the villagers, instead of sieging down the front wall, are going to be going back and making that mining camp. But I think he switches up the mine or the decision there. Indeed, now in the center of the map, he's starting to stack up that stone up to 310. The final wall about to go down. Outpost looking to defend this position. He's got the veteran spearman through, looking to pick up the unique upgrade agriculture for the Abbasid dynasty at the eco wing, but now a counterattack. The Ghulam's going to be making it towards the enemy base. At the same time, that push towards the front, the villagers going to be forced back away from this, and the walls will go down. He's taken down 3 layers of walls, and with that, we see a keep getting thrown down on the front line. It gets blocked down a little bit. He might have to go down towards the south side. Depends if he's going to be able to find a spot or not. And indeed, he finds a spot. Plenty of villagers here. He's got 20 of them. And he says, we are shutting down the trade today, whether you like it or not. But look, he's got the upgraded armor for the traders. Oh, I completely forgot the unique Abbasid upgrade. He gets extra armor. Look, they barely even take any damage. I mean, they're dying out here. He's losing them. But man, do they die slowly. Meanwhile, towards the front side, the keep now with the boiling oil looking to defend on. He's got plenty of units here. The crossbows coming through, 161 population. On the south side, the keep will go up. And with the keep going up, you would suspect that is good game to the trade line. He's always got the option to go to the top side. Let's watch and see whether he does that. Always a bit more of an advanced technique, something you see out of Beastie quite often. Whether we see it out of Calp today is going to be a different matter, but now the Mangonels look to make their way downtown. Villagers getting pulled, but the cannon emplacement comes through on the outpost. He's holding down on the front. All 3 rams will go down. Meanwhile, back towards the enemy base, we do see those villagers making a run for that Mangonel. Not going to be able to find it by the looks of it. The bombard emplacement able to take them out. And with that, we have ourselves a beachfront. I guess you could call it a beachhead that has been built here. On the defense, the traders are holding for the moment. He says, just hold the line, fellas. Don't worry, reinforcements are coming soon. We've got units in the enemy base. We're just making sure the villagers are nowhere to be found out on that map. And the bombards begin to roll in. At the same time, the elite upgrades come through for the Ghulams. These guys now not to be messed with. Mangonels, battering rams, and the cannons, the bombards, look to take down the keep. Very shortly, those traders, he's trying to get them through. He knows how important it is to get this trade back online. You can see that gold per minute is starting to really drop at this point. And now Corvinus, he's left with his tail between his legs, thinking, oh gosh, I didn't expect Imperial this fast. This was a very quick Imperial. I'll be honest, if this Imperial, or if this attack had come slightly earlier, you'd be in a little bit of an awkward spot, just like how we found him right now. Calp now inside the base. He's racing to get the keep up. Whether Corvinus is going to let him, I was about to call him Salami, apologies, but whether Corvinus is going to let him is going to be a different matter. You can see the villagers now. He's starting to take out plenty of worker kills right here. We can see that the numbers continue to rise. He's up to 43 worker kills. He's taken out all the villagers. Lord Doubt smiling upon him right now. This keep will not go up, Drongo says, as the keep is about to go up. But that is a classic Lord Doubt keep right there. He smiles upon it and he manages to shut it down. You shall not up, he says. Wow, how close was that? Look at this now. On the south side, more archers. Look how fast they run, using that forced march to get down here as quickly as they can. Just making sure to keep any villagers away from the keep. What a deny coming through right there from Corvinus 1. Beautiful play here. He's trying his best. Look at the villager count. 90, 76. There's less than 15 in the game right now. At the same time, the traders continue. How many traders are we talking back here? 47 traders still 47 traders. How do you stop this? I think you've got to go for a wall or something. Like, there's no... You got to wall this out. Can he wall it out? Actually, he could wall this out right now. Is there any spot he could wall? I don't really think so. Maybe across here he could look for a wall. Something like that could be an option for him. Maybe he could look to wall across here. That could be another option. But I think all of the units now slowly going to dwindle down. I would have loved to have seen that from him. That would have been an ultimate big brain play, but the keep does eventually get up. 7 villages the difference, and now Imperial Age going to be coming through from Corvinus 1 in the north. Wow, I tell you what, if you wanted to see a game, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one for you. This is an absolute banger of a game. Now, one thing to note is this sacred site in the south never got taken. So Corvinus was going to say, I don't even need it, but I can't help but feel, had he been holding this for the last 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, not only is that gold, but it's also threatening the win condition. You know, you throw a keep down on it. Now, please tell me he's explored this side of the map. He has. Why is he not taking the stone there? There's so much stone to be had. You just make keeps everywhere, right? Like, you don't have to put them all together. The idea is that your enemy's only got so much siege, whereas you've just got keeps for days. But now we do start to see, all right, I think he's heard me. He's heard me. He's heard the advice of the caster curse. This is where the caster curse works in reverse. Jeez, that's a bit of a tongue twister right there, isn't it? The caster curse works in reverse. Now, what do you think the likelihood is of these villagers chopping down this forest? Start chopping down this forest, but just come to the same lumber camp. It's possible. I'll say that much. I haven't seen enough code of Age of Empires 4 to make a determination. Actually, you know what? When I think about the spaghetti, maybe there is a chance. Now, the front is going to get walled off here. Corvinus is going to buy himself some time. There's a little bit of an eco advantage towards his opponent. But the question is, how does he make it work in the Imperial Age? What does he have going for him? What sets the Delhi Sultanate apart when it comes to Imperial? And there's I guess for me, there's one thing. And that's the scholar. Now, the problem that you've got is that I keep trying to call him Salami, I apologize. Corvinus doesn't have a whole lot of scholars. He went with the Tower of Victory, which definitely helps out in those fights. But in this situation, didn't go for the gosh, don't put the pressure on me right now. The Tower of Victory and the Dome of the Faith. There we go, the Dome of the Faith. He didn't go for the Dome of the Faith, which I'm sure the religious scholars would view as significant blasphemy. But also in this Imperial Age, it makes it a little bit harder to get those numbers of scholars that you need. And you can see right now, Corvinus now going to be building up those scholar numbers. He's up to 8. He's got 5 more in queue. He's going to have to start researching all of those technologies. And it's going to take some time. Just remember, it really takes time. And look at this. Kaup now going to be going for stone walls along this west edge of the base. And Kaup goes for the final wing. He is like a Pokemon trainer right now, collecting all the Pokemon except the Pokemon are wings. And he is a flying type trainer. He's one of those gym leaders and he's only using one type of Pokemon, the flying type. And you just roll in with a Pikachu and you're just like, that's not going to work, sir. I got Thunderbolts for days. I actually saw a meme today about Pokemon and I sent it to a friend of mine because we both played Pokemon quite a bit when Scarlet and Violet came out. And it was something like, 32-year-old atheist still holds down the B button when catching Pokemon. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. It's actually me. But towards the front line, the hand cannoneers are now coming out for Corvinus. He's building up a significant mass here. He's going to need Springles if he wants to keep these bad boys alive because the Mangonel numbers are beginning to build back here as well. If he can get on top of those walls, he'll find himself a really nice spot where he can protect his units. As long as the scholars come out, he might be able to heal through the damage that gets done. Remember that these hand cannoneers have got a lot of health, 130 health on these bad boys, and the kiting continues to come back. At the same time, the cannon emplacement not going to be successful here. Fortunately, it gets taken out before the keep does. Or rather, yeah, unfortunately the keep gets taken out before the cannon emplacement comes through, but look at this, the numbers of hand cannoneers just continuing to hold at the moment. Spear's going to be able to chase them back. Next keep gets thrown up. He's got 1,100 stone in the bank if he wants to try, but I mean against double bombards right now, but he's moving up towards the front. He says, hey, you want to try? The force march comes through. Oh my lord, he gets right in on top of the Mangoes. Mango 1 is down. Mango 2 is about to go down. Mango 3 is going to get targeted, but he's losing out those units damn quickly. Where did they all go? In the space, in the blink of an eye. Everything gets lost. The force march hand cannoneer from downtown, but meanwhile back towards the enemy base, all 4 wings like Pokemon cards. He has collected them all. You got to catch them all. Abbasid Meanwhile, back towards the base. Corvinus, he's starting to struggle. 105 population. The hand cannoneer mass has been lost. He's building it back up slowly. He's on 3 at the moment. 13 scholars. He needs to be boosting these bad boys out. You can see he's got the scholar inside the 1 archery range, bringing that train time down to 13 seconds, which ain't too bad. Springald also looking to come out here. I think he just cancelled that Springald, not 100% sure. No, he got roller shutter triggers. Wonderful upgrade right there. Definitely exactly what he needs in this situation to deal with this. But look at the Ghulam numbers. Look at the Ghulam numbers. The elite Ghulams right now. 39 elite Ghulams out on the field. Springald comes out. It's going to meet its end immediately as it gets caught by all of the Ghulams. Continuing to fall back towards the town center. He's trying his best to hold on for dear life here. The villager count has already gone back in favor of Kaup. Keep in mind, he's got that non-stop trade coming through behind this. He's a total of 61. The Wololo to defend. Corvinus 1. Doesn't find it. Beautiful sounds right there. The double, and he brings all of them up to the front. Tries another one. Let's see if he's able to find it. The Wololo, he's attempting to take it down. Doesn't get it. 3 more. 1. Oh, these are so close. 2. Oh, he's really looking for it at this point, but he gets sniped out by the bombards. Good luck, my friend. Does he have piety? He's got his piety upgrade, so, I mean, even then, but he's got to keep trying. It's the last-ditch attempt right now by Corvinus. 16 military pop, 84 economic units, and it feels like at this point, the train has run out of gas. I mean, technically, trains don't run on gas. I mean, I'm sure there are some trains, but he's run out of steam at this point. I thought he was the little train that could. I heard the chugs. But unfortunately, the bombard numbers are too great, and the Wololo comes through. I don't think this one gets off, but if it somehow does, it may turn the tides of battle. And I think that might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Good game gets called. Fellas, make sure you go and check out EGC TV tonight. I'll also leave a link to both of these creators where you can watch them live. What an absolute insane game that we got to witness on the brand new patch. Remember, if you want to see me play live, make sure you like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.